Welcome to the Successful Real Estate Broker Podcast, where we learn about some success stories and some not so successful stories. But either way, we learn. Each episode, we talk with successful real estate agents and vendors about things they have done to make them successful and some things they did that you might want to avoid. Join us for each episode of the Successful Real Estate Broker Podcast with your host, Preston Sandlin.
All right, listeners. Well, I got one of my best vendor buddies with me today. Although I hate that term vendor. It makes us, I don't know what to call us. What do you think about that, Martinez? Do you like the term vendor?
Yeah. Listen, I consider it more as like realtor partners, but at the end of the day, we'll always be in the vendor bucket,
I hate that. It's like, oh, the vendors. Well, deliveries in the back. Just like,
I know.
Hey, man, what are we, second-class citizens or what?
That's what it feels like sometimes. But, hey, look, if you provide the value, you move up into that partner rank, I guess, one day.
That's right. I hear you. Well, Mr. Martinez Livingston is here. One of the best people you'll ever meet, can help you out with home warranty and stuff like that. But first, let's get into Martinez. Give us a little bit of your background. How'd you get into this? Where are you from and all that stuff?
Oh, the goodies. Yeah, so I'm originally from Newberry, South Carolina, but nobody knows where that's at. So I tell everybody, I grew up in Columbia, South Carolina. So go Gamecocks. Go Gamecocks. I know.
Oh, boom, Clemson. Let's go Tigers.
I know you're a family of Tigers over there in your household. But no, I grew up in Columbia.
It's all good.
I grew up in Columbia. Went to school down in coastal Carolina, down at the beach. And then I guess you can say I'm a mover. I moved over to Austin, Texas, and when I was there, I was working in tech sales, and I was like, man, I want to get into real estate. So I moved down to Charlotte from there as a loan officer, and then from there I transitioned over to warranty, and so I've been in the warranty business now for 3 years, going on 4 years. And I love it. I love real estate. I love working with agents. I love partnering with agents, and so definitely happy to be in the real estate, working with the agents. I've met great people like yourself, and so I've definitely enjoyed it.
Oh, well, man, I owe you a beer for that. But well, let me ask you this, Martinez. There's a lot of people out there selling warranties. What makes your product, aside from personal services, and that may be it, what makes why should I go with you if I'm a realtor? What makes you different?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I always joke too. We do a lot of team meetings and things like that, and sales presentations in front of realtors, I guess you can say. And I always crack that joke. I'm like, I know there's a lot of people walking around your office, home warranty people asking for your business, right? And I will say that personal piece of it is a big piece of it. I joke, me, I'm like as straight up a shooter as you can get. Like home warranty isn't rocket science, right? So I'm not the guy that's like, our home warranty product is just so different than everybody else, right? It's like home inspections, right? I mean, it's like you guys provide a high level of service, and you're, the best at what you do. But at the end of the day, a home inspection is a home inspection. A home warranty is a home warranty. But there's small things that you can do that separates you from your competition, right? And I think for us, our biggest one is HVAC. We're probably one of the only companies that can say we have no dollar limit on HVAC. And that's a biggie, right? Because what's the most expensive thing that can go out in your house? It's your HVAC.
That would be up there. Yeah, that's probably that or a roof.
Exactly.
Of course, our roof's not mechanical.
Yeah, I do. I get that question a lot too. Like, you guys cover roofs? I was like, I wish we replaced those. I would sell probably 1,000 more of these things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say that's our biggest thing, right? So outside of being able to work with me and knowing that I am there, like I'm not the guy that's just gonna sell you a warranty on the front end, and then when things go bad on the back end, I'm nowhere to be found. I'm that guy that's like, I tell all of my agents, give your clients my direct number. You're out there doing your business, selling real estate, getting new clients. You should not have to be worrying about, HVAC that went out in your client's home that you sold a year ago. right? Like allow me to be that person to take care of that. So I will say that's the biggest piece. And then, like I said, from a coverage perspective, we do have the highest dollar limits you'll see, right? From HVAC to appliances, to water heater, right? That's a really big thing. A lot of people can sell you a warranty, but will they actually back the product up? A lot of them won't. And so you'll see a lot of the times where the reps will not have those conversations after closing with your client. They'll say call the 1-800 number. It's not because they don't want to do it. It's because they don't back the product. And I'm okay with doing that because I know we do have a good product. So long-winded answer, but
no, all good.
You get good coverage and you get me right.
Sure.
I think those
Well,
are the
and being a home inspector, I mean, obviously we go in and we inspect, and what people don't realize is, we got basically 2 or 3 hours to inspect the entire house. It's not,
yeah.
so it's kind of like, I always say it's like a general practitioner, right? And like, you go to a general practitioner, something up with your heartbeat or something, they're going to send you to a cardio person, I mean, it's, you can't be an expert in everything, but you
Exactly.
can be, good enough to know that like, hey, something's up with this. We need to send it out to somebody who is an expert on this particular thing. But a lot of times, Martinez, like and I know from standards of practice, lots of classes, all home inspectors, they're going to check differentials. Speaking of HVAC, they're going to make sure there's like a 15 to 20 degree differential in the air conditioner. The heat, depending on it, whether it's a heat pump or gas, you're going to get different differentials on that. And, it's that time of inspection, right? We're just there for that.
Yeah.
It's a photograph in time. It is working today. It is working today.
Exactly.
And a lot of times I tell them like, hey, it's not a new system. It's probably 15 years old, but it's working fine today. I recommend like you probably want to get a home warranty, and I know a lot of workers recommend that. So let's say they move in, and the air conditioning doesn't work or whatever. It's upstairs, downstairs unit, whatever. One of the systems, and it's usually the upstairs one that goes out first because it's heat rises, so it has to work harder. It doesn't work. How's that process look like? We had a home inspection, and I got pictures. I got pictures of the differential that the home inspector got, and it did work for about a week, and now it doesn't. How's that work? We call Martinez. What's that look like?
Yeah. That's a great question. And that's one of those things that, going back to like what separates myself and us as a company from others is we aren't a company that's like, hey, give us an inspection report, let us double check and make sure everything was working just how it was supposed to, but before you closed, like that's one of the big things I see a lot, especially when I'm talking to maybe like what I'll call like my more like seasoned or like our OG realtors who like have been in the industry for a long time. They know home warranty. They work with home warranty companies for, let's say, 15, 20 years. Home warranty has also changed a lot too, right? And there's also some home warranty companies that are still operating in more like that old school way where they'll say like,
Hey, Martinez, you froze for a second. I don't know if it's me or you. Hey, Martinez, you still there? I don't know if it's yours or mine. It looks like I'm still good. Martinez, you still there? Oh, darn. You still there? Oh, you still there, Martinez? You froze up, then you disappeared. I knew something was up. Like, I don't know if it's your internet or mine. Mine looks like it's still good. Um, hmm. You still there? Can you hear me? Let's see if you. I'm gonna put something in the chat.
Can you hear me?
Now I can. Now I can. Was it my
Dude, I
internet or
don't
yours?
know what happened. I don't know. It might have been mine. Were you still there the whole time? I don't know what
Yeah,
happened.
I was there the whole time. And don't worry, I can cut that part out of the thing. We're not like live, you know. Uh-oh,
Yeah.
where is it
I'm like,
going?
what the world just happened just now?
All right. Oh,
Do you want to go just that question?
yeah, let's go back to that question.
Start that.
It was basically um, people move in, they have a problem with the air conditioning, but it was fine on the report, and they give you a call. What's that look like?
Yeah. No, that is that's obviously a great question. And so yeah, like I was saying, that is a really big part about like what differentiates us is we aren't asking for that inspection report to make sure that
Mm.
nothing was broken before. And we also don't have any 30-day holding period. So that's a really big one, right? A lot of companies they'll make your clients wait 30 days before they can file their first claim. So that's
Mm.
like it's kind of like what I call a cop out, right? Or like asking for the inspection report. It's kind of like a cop out of like, can we find something on this inspection report that
To get out of
was
it.
this was broken before, right? So we don't
Yeah.
do that. Like I've been with First American almost 4 years. I've probably seen us ask for 2 inspection reports. So it's not something that we really do. Um, so yeah, so I would say as far as like what that process looks like with us is let's say that your clients close on the home, something goes out. Literally, all they're doing is they're calling us, paying our $95 service fee. And then from there, we'll send a contractor out. We'll diagnose the problem. And then from diagnosing the problem, it's okay, what's the repair? If it's something they can get done while they're out there, they'll go ahead and get that done. And then if it's something where we need to order a part, then we'll get that part ordered and our contractor will come back out and install that. But it is a fairly easy process. We have in-network contractors. So it's really a one-stop shop. You call us, we send the contractor out, we do the work, we get it repaired or we get it replaced. And then I do always put this out here, is that I don't care what home warranty company you work with. And this is the part of me that's a straight shooter. Every home warranty company will try to repair first. That is what we do. That is an industry standard. We will always try to
Well,
repair
no, I
first.
agree with that. I was actually that was going to be my follow up question. Well, I mean, here's my follow up question with that is from doing home inspections, and I have rental houses and that sort of thing that things go out on. I know, I don't want to throw shade and I don't want to get a cease and desist letter, but the bigger the company, if they advertise on TV a lot, I'll just say their first thing is oh, we want to sell you a brand new system. I mean, it could be, a
Mhm.
$90 repair or $200 repair, but we can sell you a $6,000 new system, and
Uh-huh.
they may justify that by saying, well, it'll save you this much money over time. Blah, blah, blah. But do you really need that $6,000 new system, or do you just need a $200 repair? I mean, that's so.
Hmm.
My to me, selling you a brand new system when you don't need it is borderline criminal in my mind. But
Yeah.
that's me. What's your thoughts about it?
Yeah, no, I feel the same way, and I think it's kind of funny how I want to make sure I say it the right way. It's kind of funny how the thought process kind of shifts a little bit between like just your average consumer and then someone under a home warranty, right? Because like you as a consumer, you would automatically kind of say like, well, if I can get more out of this system, I want to take the cheaper route and repair it,
Right.
right? But when it comes to clients in the home warranty, they go, well, I got this home warranty. I paid for this home warranty.
Somebody else is
I want
paying
the
for
new
it.
system. And it's so funny, right? And it's and I'm a straight shooter. Everybody who knows me personally, you know me, I always shoot it straight. But it's so funny how that changes from a consumer perspective of like, well, the home warranty company is wrong for repairing when they can repair it. But if you're just a consumer, it's like, well, dude, I'm not gonna replace this thing if I can repair it and it'll keep working. So it's always funny how, like just how that works. And I understand, right? And I'm always the person, I'll tell all of my clients this. I'm like, listen, if we repaired something 2 times, 3 times, and we're still trying to repair it, call me, right? Like, I'll push towards the replacement, because there is a fine line between, like, let's keep repairing this thing, and it's like it's on its last leg and barely chucking, and hey, this has a lot more usage in it. This repair can get us another 2 or 3 years. There's a difference between that. But it is funny. I always kind of just like, it's kind of like an inside like joke kind of between our team, where it's like, man, you'll be surprised. Like, we'll have homeowners where a system can have like another 6 or 7 years. They're like, nah, dude, I bought this home warranty. You put a new one in here, and it's kind of like, we can't do that,
to me,
unfortunately.
that's a
We
little
will be out of business.
Well, I get people's sentiment and where they're coming from, but I also like, let's do the most pragmatic thing. Like, what would you do if it was your money? That you can't blame somebody for that, and you can't, think, hey, I bought a home warranty for $400 or $500. I'm entitled to a $6,000 system if it can be replaced. I mean, that's now I know in certain cases that's what needs to be done, but I also know that a lot of these bigger companies that they're the opposite. They're going to sell a new system before they can, and they want to convince people they need a new system. I mean, I run a business. I get it. They run a business. They're trying to scale it. They're in a meeting. How can we make more money? They got all their pie charts and graphs. Well, if we sell more systems, Martinez, we can make more money. These repairs, there's not a whole lot of profit margin on that. But man, there's a lot of profit margin on those. My thing is do what's right, but don't do what makes the most money just because it makes the most money, and don't take advantage. Exactly. I'll tell you a little story. Hopefully it wasn't your company. I don't know. I had some friends, and I'm not even friends with them anymore. It made me mad when they told me about this. So here it is. I don't know if I told you this story before. We're how you've got friends, couples that are friends, you do stuff, multiple ones.
Yeah.
They told me this story. They bought a home warranty. They already own the home.
Okay.
Had a problem with wait a minute. So they had a problem with their air conditioner. So they bought and I'm like, well, you shouldn't have told me this. They bought a home warranty after they had a problem with their air conditioner. Now they had to wait. This was the middle of July. They had to wait, like, I don't know, like you can't buy one and immediately have a problem, right? Yeah. So they waited 30 days or whatever it was until they reported the problem. So they had no air upstairs. Mm-hmm. And waited 30 days. They bought this specifically, and you know what it turned out to be? It was like a $90 problem. I'm like, let me get this straight. You spent a month in July with no air to try, it was a $90 problem. I mean, it was just like, but like, I can't be friends with y'all anymore because that's wrong. I mean, that's wrong. I mean, because I'm a home inspection company. People try to take advantage of us as well. I mean, I get it that y'all are a big company and all that, but still, do what's right, man. Sorry. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Bill Gallagher with Superior School of Real Estate, and I'm here with Preston Sandlin of Home Inspection Carolina. Preston, I've always liked your style, especially those pants. And also, I've been interested in the home inspection business for a long time.
Well, Bill, that's ironic. I've always admired your style, and I've always admired your ability to educate these fine folks for sometimes 4-8 hours a day. I wish that I could do what you do.
Hey, Preston, wouldn't it be cool if we switched? Preston, we sure got what we wished for, buddy.
We sure did. And now that you're the expert, Bill, I mean, you are wearing the pants. And I'm the instructor and the educator. Tell us what Home Inspection Carolina is doing these days to make the home buying process easier for realtors and home buyers.
Well, Preston, all our home inspection reports now are online for the real estate agent and the client to review the report online and to be able to create a repair list basically online by either clicking repair, accept, monetary compensation, and once they prepare the request, they can then press email, text, or print right then.
You mean it's all automated, Bill?
Absolutely, we are high tech.
Wow. What else is Home Inspection Carolina doing different these days?
Well, Preston, we're training our home inspectors to be non-alarmist. We are training them to put things into perspective and to simplify the message for the homeowner.
Non-alarmist is key, Bill. You remember those days of the 100-page reports and those 3-ring binders that would just go on and on and on, la 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 la. Thank you for being a good non-alarmist.
And Preston, one more thing. We fix the small stuff for free. Do you remember when home inspectors always put those little nitpicky items on those reports?
Oh, bless their hearts.
Well, at Home Inspection Carolina, if we can fix it in 5 minutes or less, we do it for free. We're better with a caulk gun than a keyboard any day. We just fix it.
You mean there's no cost for this, Bill?
Preston, it's free.
Wow.
Well, Preston, these pants really are a catch.
Well, Bill, I've enjoyed wearing the suit, but I don't think I could wear it every day because I got to fix the small stuff for free, and I don't want to ruin a good suit.
Preston, it's been a lot of fun flipping the switch.
I'll get on my
that's hilarious, and that it's so funny that you say that because I mean, like me working in this industry, I deal with that all the time, and I'll tell agents, like I'll tell my agents this. It's so funny you say that. I'll tell my agents all the time, like if I ever receive a call, so like of course through a real estate process, agents are gonna refer their clients over to me, and they're like, hey, I think this would be a good house for you to get a home warranty. I'll talk to the clients. They'll say, oh no, like I'm fine. I don't need it. And I always tell them, like, listen, like, you just never know. Because you never know. It's the same story you just said. Like, your HVAC could stop working. It could be a $90 issue. Or your HVAC could stop working. And it could be blown into some $21,000 issue. None of us knows. But it's funny because anytime I get a call from a client that I talk to during their, like, buying process, and then they call me a couple months after, I already know something is already broken. Right? I already know it. I'm like, this is not just a random call. Like, nobody was just sitting at home thinking about old Martinez. Like, I'm going to give old Martinez a call.
They're not calling you to ask about, hey Martinez, how's your brackets doing?
Yeah. They didn't call me. They didn't call me to see how my day is going, right? And it's so funny.
It's not going to be a good call.
Yeah, it's usually always like, well, that warranty sounds a little better now. And my first question, I'm always like, is there anything going on in the house now? I just have to ask because I'm like, what I don't want is for you to get this warranty, file this claim, and then it gets denied because it was something that was already broken.
Within 30 days, there's like a waiting period or something, right? But I mean, same thing.
Well,
like, I can't buy insurance and the next day say I got cancer. Like, whoa, wait a minute. Like,
yeah, exactly, right? They're gonna be like, wait, exactly. It's so funny.
Don't get me started on that. Now, I direct people a lot of times. I hope I'm not messing you guys up, but here's sort of my thing is, as home inspectors, we kind of know life expectancies of things. I don't know, like HVAC or water heater, usually 15 to 20 years, depending on what it is. But I've seen an AC go 40 years, and I've seen them go out now. But, I always tell them, like, hey, man, that thing's working fine today. I got good differentials. It's a little long in the tooth. It could last long. I recommend you get a warranty, because you never know. And that's kind of where I think everybody should get a warranty anyway, because, those are big expenses and those aren't covered.
Oh.
Your house gets hit by lightning, flood, burns down, covered by homeowners insurance. Your HVAC goes out, water heater goes out, typically not covered by homeowners. Am I correct in that?
No, 100%. 100%. And I always tell people, like, homeowners insurance with home warranty is like, we really go hand in hand. It's just funny because everybody gets homeowners insurance, nobody gets home warranty. But it's like.
Well, tell us the difference. I mean, if somebody's listening to this and they don't know, all right, sort of give us the difference on that, because homeowners, and if your house is financed, you probably have homeowners insurance because the bank is going to make you have it.
Yeah. There's no.
What's that cover, and what's it not cover, and what you guys cover?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. And it's funny because like most people would utilize the home warranty 20 times more than you would the homeowner's insurance. Like, over the life of your home, you rarely ever actually end up utilizing your homeowner's insurance. But of course you got to have it because if something does happen, you want that. But the main difference is homeowner's insurance is going to cover what we call acts of God, right? That's really what it is. Like homeowner's insurance is going to cover like your acts of God, right? Like the true replacement value of your home. If something was to happen, a fire, your house burns down, you need to rebuild it. A major plumbing issue, the entire house floods. Or your house is struck by lightning, or some sort of storm happens and damages your roof, and you need to replace it. Right? That's really what your homeowner's insurance is for.
Right.
Your home warranty is for all the stuff you use on a daily basis, right? So I always say, like, if like you're talking like comparing your house to a body, right? Like the home warranty is like the actual systems and things that you're using every single day. That's like walking, that's like breathing in your home, right? Like the stuff that you actually need every single day. So your mechanicals of your home, so your HVAC, your water heater, your plumbing, your electrical. And then your appliances, right? So the things that you're using every single day in your home, those are what I call my big five. There are some other stuff that we'll also cover, your well, your septic, your pool, you have outdoor kitchen, pest control, all that good stuff, right? But the main thing is your big five, which is what I just talked about. So that's really what the home warranty is there to cover, the things that you're using every single day in your home, the things that's like a necessary. Like you really need it. You're using these things. Like if you wake up in the morning, you don't have a shower or anything like that. That's really what the home warranty is for. So, yeah, the big five is really what I say.
Sorry, it came in and the dogs are barking, so I had to.
Hey, what's funny on that? I'll say this. So my dog was laying like right up here before I jumped on this call with you, and I was like, what are the percentages that I can get through a 30 to 45 minute call without him barking? And I was like, he was up here. Yeah, he was looking so cute, and I was like, this will look really nice with him laying there looking so nice and calm. And I was like, there's a 0% chance he goes 45 minutes without barking and like no noise, nobody walking by, and him not doing this. I was like, I'm just gonna put him in the crate with this.
I tell you, Martinez, it's one or the other, or both. It's the dogs for me, or the lawn people. I don't know what it is. Like if I'm here not doing anything, quiet all day. The second I get on the call, the blower, like
it never fails.
Like right now, like come on, or the dogs start going crazy, all kinds of stuff. They can sense it, I think. So let me ask you this, Martinez. I got two more follow-up questions. How long typically does a warranty last? Like, so do the home inspection, whatever. Somebody buys a house, either they buy a warranty, or sometimes the realtor buys it for them as a gift or whatever, which is a great value add. How long is that? What's the time? And can they renew it too? That's another question I have.
Yeah, no, great question. So typically our warranty contracts are a year. And you can renew at the end of the year. Like I said, me just being honest and transparent, and that's just who I am. I can't help it. You're going to get the absolute best warranty pricing that you can get while you are going through a real estate transaction. So I always tell like all of my clients, any realtors I work with, like the best time to get your clients a warranty is while they're going through a real estate transaction. It's going to be the best pricing, and they're going to get what we call like our package pricing. So that is the best time where you're getting the whole shebang bundle, everything that you need in one nice plan at a discounted rate. And then after that, you'll have the ability to essentially renew that plan. Me being honest, typically renewals are slightly higher because you are getting the absolute best pricing when you're going through a real estate transaction. And it's not a big difference. It's like $15, $20. So, and that's like on a yearly basis. So if you go into a monthly plan, it's a couple dollars per month. But you can renew. And the big thing I always say when it comes to home warranty is the actual usage of it. Because a lot of people will have a warranty and completely forgot they have it. You'll be surprised like how many people have warranties and still call like a contractor out, and then they'll call me and be like, Martinez, I forgot. This is like I've been good for 6 months, like I haven't had any issues. Something happened, I just called, blah blah blah. The screen, he came out and he did it. And so the biggest thing is just that usage piece. Like we always say, like once you use a warranty one time and you see the value of it, pretty much everybody renews. But it's like if you don't see the value of it, and it's like, oh, I'm just paying for this thing for no reason.
Yeah. And so if hopefully this doesn't happen, but if my HVAC goes, you send somebody out, get it fixed, whatever, and then I mean, I'm not like one and done, right? Like if my water heater goes a couple more months, but I'm still within that thing, am I covered?
Yeah, no, that's a great question because I get that all the time. And no, it's not one and done. It is wild like how much money we spend on claims. I have like this infographic where we can look like how much we spent in my territory. And it is like millions and millions and millions of dollars that we spend on claims. And we actually had one person where I believe, because I can see like how much we spend like per property, and we have like our highest property to our lowest. And we had one person who I think we had spent, it was close to like $18,000-$19,000.
Woo, good.
On just that one property. And so like there is no like limit of how much we'll spend. Like if you just have a horrible year in your home and your HVAC goes out, your water heater goes out, 4 appliances go out, like it doesn't matter. You're covered. So that's a beautiful thing. Even like HVAC wise, I've had a situation where somebody had 2 systems, and one system went out, and while we were replacing that one, the second one went out as well. Oh, and both of those were covered. So I mean, it is a beautiful thing. Like it's a great thing to have. We don't like cap you out as far as like how many claims you can file or that sort of thing. The big thing is dollar limits in home warranty, right? It all comes down to dollar limits. So that's the big thing. So it is like $3,500 per appliance, right? Okay. Or $1,500 for water heater, right? So that's the big thing. But realistically,
it should cover most, unless you have like a real high end, like like high end,
exactly.
Cover most.
Exactly. And even coverage wise, I mean, we've came out with something called the Appliance Plus, which is like just for our luxury clients, and our higher end like appliances. So that'll cover up to $6,500 per appliance. Right. So, we've came up with some really, that's why I say at the beginning, like we've got a pretty good product that where like, if you call me first and I talk to you, I'll make sure you're in a good product, and I don't have a problem handling the claims as we've got you in the right product.
Gotcha. And I don't want to hold you up too much longer, but I do have just a couple more questions. So one thing I know from inspections, and sometimes, we try to help people get stuff repaired too. If it's July and my air conditioning goes out, and the turnaround is where I'm going with this. Like how soon? And I know in July, these guys are backed up. You have good relationships and stuff. What's typically the turnaround? If somebody doesn't have hot water or they don't have air conditioning, I don't like going too long without that. What's your turnaround time on something like that usually?
No, that's another good one, because that is the big one. And it really just depends, right? I wish I could say like every single time we're in there in 2 days.
Depends on the demand of the time. Like, the contractor's probably fixing other air conditioners and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It really depends. Time of year is big, for sure. In the summertime, like ACs and things, it's a little bit longer. But I would say our average is us getting somebody in there. Realistically, it's typically 3 days. I would say it's kind of like our average turnaround time to get somebody in there. The bigger thing is if we need to order parts, how long is it going to take for us to get the parts? That's the really big piece. That's the bigger piece of it. That getting somebody out there, we can usually get somebody out there, get it diagnosed, get the report back, and know what the solution is. If it's going to be a delay, it's going to be because we're waiting to get parts, or that sort of thing. But I would say on average, 3 to 7 days is really kind of that average. And this goes back to what I said initially. When you say what separates us, it's the fact that your clients and my agents can call me and say, "Hey, Martinez, we've got a special situation here. We need to get this done ASAP." Right?
Yeah.
To where I can say, "Okay, hey, go and get your own contractor. I'll get you a reimbursement for, this specific repair, specific replacement." So that's the really big piece of it, where you can leverage me and myself, and I can say, "Well, hey, you know what? That does sound a little longer than what it should. Let me get another contractor assigned." So that's the really big piece of it. That's why you have to, and I say this regardless of what company you work with, and I have like a lot of agents who will work with a company, they just work with them for a long time. Like they're like, "I worked with this company for 15 years, and I always ask this question. I'm saying, well, do you know who the area manager is?" And they're like, "I don't even know if they have anybody here local in Charlotte." I'm like, that's a big difference. Like if you don't have somebody you can call, like if you don't know them like personally, you can't call them personally, that makes a big difference, because there's no perfect home warranty company out there. There are going to be delayed claims. There are going to be contractors that come that your clients aren't the most fond of. This is me being honest. Like I said, this is a part of home warranty. I don't care what company you work with.
No, I 100% agree with that. Because I deal with contracts and I have rental properties, and there's a lot. In fact, I even keep, I have storage. I keep a couple of window units in there just in case. If and I got some that are the 110 120s, because if they don't have the 220, you can't. If for some reason HVAC guy has to order a part or something, and it's going to be a couple of days, I'm like, well, here's a window unit. At least that'll help in your bedroom or something until we can get the.
Exactly, and that's a good point you made, right? When I go back to being able to call your local rep, like I have approval where I can say, "Hey, here's X budget. Go out and buy your own window units, or if it's a refrigerator, go out and buy a mini fridge to store like your necessities or whatever it is," right? Like I can approve that, and our clients get to keep it. So it's not even like we're like going by that and then we ask for it back, right? Like if I give it,
great.
Like they keep it, so that's theirs. So now you've got that there for forever.
That'll go a long way towards like keeping them happy too, because they're mad if
exactly
a couple of days without air or something. But it's middle of July and your contractors are all backed up. I mean, everybody's got to get. Like you said, there's no perfect. Let me ask one last serious question, and then I got some fun questions. Real quick. Lightning round. The last serious question, you kind of alluded to it with the plus. Curious about the pricing. Is it because like with home inspections, obviously there's $300,000 house that's 1,800 square feet, and then there's 10,000 square foot house that's going to take longer, that sort of thing, and there's more liability. How does the pricing work? How does that work? Is it one size fit all, or is it square footage? How's that work?
Yeah, no, great question. So for us, like I said, age doesn't matter. So the price of a warranty for a 1820 house and a 2025 house is the same.
That's good.
And coverage wise, it's the same, right? And that is big. Even system wise, right? Like you get the same coverage for a 30-year-old system that you do for a 5-year-old system. So we're not like depreciating the value of the old system because it's older, which some companies do. We don't. We're one of the good ones. But price wise, it's going to be the same as long as it's less than 5,000 square feet. So 5,000 square foot homes all fall under the same pricing. Our average plan, I would say 75% of people go with $700 for a year coverage. If you want the absolute cream of the crop, best coverage on the market, $840. And then once you get over 5,000 square feet, then that's where we start to get a little more expensive. And like that's like
the cream of the crop. Is that like that plus? Like if you have a expensive refrigerator or something like that.
So that's more so towards cost of appliance versus size of home. So I mean, because like you can have a 4,000 square foot home that's just a luxury home, and it has your Vikings and all that good stuff, right? So that's more so for actual like
Vikings overrated, by the way.
Yeah, like price. Yeah, price.
By the way, I've had Viking and I've had Hot Point, and Hot Point lasted longer than the Viking did.
Yeah, exactly. So that's more. Yeah, but no, that's more like actual price of the appliance versus size of the home. But then from there we go 5,000 to 6,000, so that'll be one set price, and then 6,000 to 7,000 another set price. So it goes per thousand once you get above that 5,000 square foot.
Gotcha. All right, lightning round, Martinez. You ready? I'm going to give
All
you this
right.
a game called This or That. So I give you two things. It's just kind of a fun, get to know you sort of thing.
All
iOS
right.
or Android?
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
iOS or Android? Apple
Oh,
or
of
Android?
course I'm an Apple guy. I've got an Apple Watch on. I've
Man.
got two iPhones here. I've got a
Oh,
MacBook in there,
man.
and
Come
and,
on,
and, and I'm doing
Android.
this on my
Yeah.
on my iPad.
Smartwatch or old school wristwatch?
I've got everything on me. Smartwatch.
Tacos or pizza?
Oh man, that is tough. Pizza all day.
Pizza. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Absolutely not. No.
Tennis shoes or flip flops?
Oh man, I'm a Jordans guy. I'm gonna go tennis shoes.
All right. Well, this probably answers this next question. Michael or LeBron?
See, I like Jordans, but I actually like LeBron better as a player, as a basketball player. I was younger. I never watched Michael Jordan. I didn't see it. I didn't see him.
You see, he was dissing on Memphis, though. Man, you should see it. Oh,
Yeah.
God. He was talking junk about Memphis, man. Like, if I was from Memphis, I'd be kind of mad about.
That's like a thing. All the basketball players are doing that. They're all like, "This is the worst city to go to." They're trying to move it to Nashville, I think.
Yeah, you ever been to Memphis? I mean, I went to a conference there. I stayed at that Peabody. It's got that Beale Street, and it's good barbecue. The blues are great.
Yeah.
It's a little. You don't want to get too far off the beaten path. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I'll go to Music Row in Nashville. That's about as far as my Tennessee goes.
Yeah. I'll be getting some emails from somebody from Memphis, but anyway.
I know. Yeah.
I did enjoy my time there. Great barbecue, great blues, but you don't want to venture too far off the beaten path. I'll say that.
No.
Christmas Vacation or Elf, movie wise?
I don't know. I may show my age. I don't know if I've actually seen either of those. Well, I think I've seen Elf, so I'm gonna go Elf. I don't know the first one. Is that bad? I've never seen that movie.
Christmas Vacation. Oh man,
I've never seen that.
Oh man, yeah, you got to see that. Celebrity Crush. And it could have been a long time.
It probably still had to be Angelina Jolie. Oh, that's
Angelina Jolie. Good deal.
Yeah.
Netflix or YouTube?
Oh, that's tough. YouTube. I can get everything on YouTube. Yeah.
I love YouTube too. Rather phone call or text?
Yeah, text me for sure.
Cardio or weights?
That's like asking me peanut butter or jelly. Like you need both of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll probably go right now where I am in life. I'm gonna go weights. I'm gonna go weights right now.
Gotcha. Big party or small gathering?
Oh, put me around all the people. Let's get this thing going.
Big gathering. I hear you. Beach or mountains guy?
I'm gonna go beach for sure.
Football or basketball? Which one you prefer?
Football isn't a question. Yeah.
Same. I don't like basketball. Football all day, man.
Yeah, it's just nothing like a Sunday watching football. You like that? That's my favorite day of the week. It's nothing like you can go to church and watch football. I mean, what better can happen than a good Sunday afternoon?
Football is just like a battle, and there's so much strategy and so much. It's just. I mean, there's a reason you can't play football every 2 or 3 days like basketball.
Yeah,
you need a week to recover.
Yeah, exactly. Like basketball is like I don't tune into basketball until playoff season. They're just like, all right, now I can tune into basketball.
Yeah, and I do like basketball. I tell my kids like, you can watch a football or a basketball game and not know anything about either team, and it still be enjoyable. But especially football, because it's always going to be a good hit or a good play or something. But like baseball, I like baseball too, but it's like you kind of got to know like the teams and the strategy. Yeah. I mean, but you can just watch any two teams playing football, and it's gonna be good.
Yeah. Well, I got one for you. Though, actually. College
All right.
football or NFL?
What's that?
College
College
football.
I'm probably still going to go college football, but man, it's becoming like the NFL with all the NIT stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll throw that question back at you. What do you? I like the
Yeah.
NFL too. What do you
I was
think?
gonna say I'm an NFL. I'm a diehard Chargers fan. I love college football, but you tell me if there's one thing I could do, like if it was like I was on my deathbed and they were like, you get one last thing. It's like let me watch my Chargers. Let me watch
Oh
my Chargers
wow!
Super Bowl one
So
time.
so tell me, Chargers. What made you a Chargers fan?
Dude, it's weird. So I tell everybody it's because I really like LaDainian Tomlinson. Like that's when I came up with like LaDainian Tomlinson, Sean Merriman, Junior Seau. Like that was really my time when I really liked the Chargers. But
Junior
honestly,
Seau was freaking awesome.
yeah, man, dude, it was.
I think
We
he
had
got
so
too many
many
hits to
guys.
the head though, but
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah. But you know what I actually think it is? I think it was the colors because when I was a kid, I ended up liking the LA Chargers and the Denver Nuggets.
okay.
And I've always liked the team,
kind of
but they both got the same color.
blue and yellow,
The blue and yellow, yeah. So I think that's what drew me to them. But yeah, I always say it's because of LT. LT was my favorite player all the time, though.
Gotcha. Man, I and I'm a little bit more ancient than you, but I used to collect football cards, and man, I got a bunch of cards back. Dan Fouts and all those guys. They were really good in the '80s too.
Yeah.
Like they were awesome. But yeah, I like the Chargers. Okay.
Yeah.
But,
Wait, so if you have cards, that means you got some good money back there, then, man. Those cards are trading for insane amounts these days. You're just holding on to them.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I got some cards that aren't too bad. I got some good ones. Iced coffee or hot coffee?
Oh, that's tough. I'm gonna go hot coffee, but I just started drinking iced coffee within like the last 3 or 4 months, and I must say I see what the hype is about.
Really? I got hooked on those. Remember the things there for a while you can get at the convenience store, the Frappuccino cold drinks.
Dude, they're so good. I didn't realize it, and you can just get so much more flavors. Like your hot coffee is like it's pretty basic, but when you start getting into the cold coffees, the iced coffees, it's like you got all kinds of stuff you can start doing now.
Gotcha. Well, last question. Toilet paper, over or under? The beard or the mullet? When you see a toilet paper on the roll.
I don't know. I think I'm an under guy.
You're under guy?
Yeah.
Most people are over, but I hear some people like that have cats and stuff. They say that like the cat will,
really
unwind it or something like that.
Oh, you're talking about when you're rolling it off?
Yeah, when the toilet paper's on the.
Wait, that's a good question. You're gonna make me like when after I get out of this car, I'm gonna go in my bathroom and be like, wait, what am I? I actually do. No, I'm actually an under guy. I pull from the bottom. Yeah.
That's wild. I know some home. I'm in a bunch of home inspector groups, and there's some home inspectors that'll see it under and they'll change it. I'm like, man, you can't be messing with people's underwear. I mean, not underwear, but their toilet paper, man. That's personal. That's personal,
bro. That's hilarious. I've never even thought about that. I just naturally always just pull it down and roll this way.
Yeah, it's over under. But anyway, well, Martinez, man, I appreciate you taking some time. How can people find out more about you, more about your warranties? What are all your, follow, like, all that? How can they find you and follow you and all that stuff?
Yeah, no, great. So first off, my Instagram. I'm not a big Facebook guy. I need to. I don't know why. But I do have a company Instagram. It's Martinez, MARTINEZ _FAHW. As in First American Home Warranty. So just the acronym there. And then, of course, my email, which is always good, is mlivingston@fahw.com. So if you're ever interested in warranty, learning more about warranty, let me know. And I'm also trying to get as many one-on-ones with agents as I can. So if you're an agent and you want to learn more about it, free lunch, free coffee, free dinner on me. I do love a good happy hour as well.
Oh, nice.
Free beer. If you want to learn more about warranty.
Hey, well, I have my real estate license. Do I? No.
Yeah. You know, we can go grab a beer
I'm
anytime,
just kidding.
brother. You know that.
I don't buy or sell though. I just have it for the key. But he is also on Facebook because I found him on there a couple times. People ask me, I'll screenshot your picture, and I was like, call this guy.
Yeah, I know. I always appreciate it. Yeah, my Facebook is Martinez Livingston.
Awesome. Well, Martinez, let me just go over it one more time. Martinez _ probably if you just looked up Martinez Livingston on Instagram,
It'll come up. Yeah, it'll come up.
I might forget all the _ FHA, but I can remember first and last name. Well, awesome.
No, that'll do
Martinez,
it.
thank you so much for your time. I appreciate all you do for all the realtors out there and for our industry as a whole. Man, you're positive. You add more value to every room you come in, and I appreciate it, brother.
I appreciate you, and you do more than that when you come in.
Oh, please. I'll catch you on the flip side, Martinez.
You've been listening to the Successful Real Estate Broker Podcast with your host, Preston Sandlin. Join us on the next episode where we'll be talking to a successful agent or vendor about the right things to do and the wrong things you should avoid. Join us on the next episode of the Successful Real Estate Broker Podcast.